You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section. A little bit back to a more familiar kind of video on this channel involving the NFL and personnel moves and moves that people are very interested in, as in where could Deandre Hopkins end up? And I find this possibility very intriguing indeed. The Titans are bringing in the three-time All-Pro for a visit. I find this interesting. We know there's been a massive void at wide receiver since A.J. Brown got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. And look, let's be honest, Ryan Tannehill missed him a good bit. They're still going to have Tannehill next year, and it's my belief a lot of people are talking up the Jaguars. But if Tannehill is healthy, if Derrick Henry is healthy, and Mike Vrabel is your coach, and then certainly if you were to add a receiver like DeAndre Hopkins, they're going to be in the mix for that AFC South title. They're not going to just roll over. The Titans, that is not the coach for it. Not the coach for it. The Titans will be the first team to bring in three-time All-Pro wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins for a free agent visit. They certainly could use his experience in a very young wide receiving group. We'll take a look at that. Hopkins, who turns 31 Tuesday, would have led the Titans last season with 64 catches, 717 yards last season, despite being limited to only 9 games. Wow. Both Coach Mike Vrabel and his new offensive coordinator, Tim Kelly, worked in Houston during Hopkins' tenure with the Texans. By the way, Hopkins has been talking about going back to Houston. Kind of strange, but this makes some sense since there's some real familiarity there. Vrabel made clear Wednesday he won't be trying to recruit Hopkins, something he's left behind when he moved from Ohio State. Quote, "I would really just want people that want to be here. And then if that works out, then you go on to the next step. So that will be pretty much it until we either sign or don't sign the next player." Arizona released a 5-time Pro Bowl receiver in a salary cap move May 26 after failing to find a trade partner in the offseason. Look, a couple of things at work here, guys. It is absolutely salary and whatever it is going to be that he's going to demand, and whatever's going on from a, let's just say, a attitude or behavioral issue. Because there's been some word out there that there's things that has not reached the public sphere as of yet involving Hopkins. There's certainly things out there involving his practice habits. We don't know what those are as of yet. Hopkins ranks 36th in NFL history. Jesus, the guy's got 11,298 yards in 10 seasons. I mean, let's be real. That's pretty impressive. It is. Offensive coordinator Tim Kelly both have familiarity with Hopkins from their shared time with the Texans. Kelly held the same position in 2019, which was one of Hopkins' 3 first-team All-Pro nods with the franchise. He had in 14 career games against the Titans, he's got 89 passes, nearly 1,400 yards, 9 TDs. And we know Mike Vrabel's not going to coddle the guy. That's just not going to be his style. Now, this is the Titans via ESPN, their depth chart. And let's be real, their receiver room is sort of a hot mess. You got Treylon Burks here, and you got Nick Westbrook. Who knows? My God. Yeah. Both are very young. I mean, this guy had 25 catches last year for 397 and 3 TDs. Treylon Burks, 33 for 440 and 1 TD. So obviously, Hopkins would move to the front of the line, and he would certainly help fill a great deal of the void that very much was left with A.J. Brown's trade. Now, we know famously, we've seen that video, Vrabel was pissed that A.J. Brown got traded to the Eagles. I don't blame him a bit. That dude is a total badass at wide receiver, and it was pretty visible in the Titans' offense. But, you know, we've heard a lot of talk, different things. Anthony Richardson, the Jags, because of Trevor Lawrence. Jags make sense, right? They made it to the playoffs, barely. There's, of course, been talk, C.J. Stroud in Houston, but people don't really expect Houston to do much. People have totally forgot about the Tennessee Titans, and I think that is wildly premature in that weak division to write off a team that was what? The number one AFC seed just about 2 years ago? Derrick Henry still there. Ryan Tannehill still there. You know, I don't know where you have Tannehill, but he's somewhere around the 15th best quarterback in the NFL. You bring in somebody like DeAndre Hopkins who could throw in 1,000 yards and 10 TDs, things get very interesting in Tennessee land. Absolutely. The guy's a total badass. So we'll have to see. It's an interesting connection. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. I think DeAndre Hopkins in Tennessee makes a lot of sense for a Titans team that is extremely thin at wide receiver. You've got the connection with the offensive coordinator. It does, at least from a talent standpoint, from a staying viable standpoint, and that's the other thing, stay viable as a team in a weak division. If you can make it to the playoffs, that team will, look, Vrabel will have that team competitive on defense, and they will want to play hard-nosed football. And as long as you got Tannehill, as long as you got Henry, as long as you had somebody like an Hopkins that can throw in there and open it up, maybe them other receivers sort of elevate because of Hopkins, that division becomes really interesting with DeAndre Hopkins in it, I think. Really interesting, especially with all the new QBs and everything, and what's expected to be yet another step for Trevor Lawrence. We'll see. We'll see. I like Vrabel a lot as a coach. You know, all the stuff about what the Patriot coaches do and they fail when they go other places, everybody forgets how successful Vrabel's been in Tennessee. He's a damn good head coach right out of the Belichick tree. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.